Hello students, today we are going to study the first lesson in science subject of 6th standard, natural resources. So let's begin with what is natural resources. Students, if we see in our surrounding, we will find that different things live at different places. Like some live in water, some live on land, and some in sky, that is in the air. Thus, all living things are associated, means related with air, water and land. So, air, water and land are called Earth's atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere respectively. However, different living things occupy different three spheres of the earth. Now let's move to the biosphere. Living things and the parts of the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere which they occupy are together called biosphere. These spheres have formed on earth naturally. Now, what is an atmosphere? The atmosphere is the layer of air that surrounds the earth. The surface of the earth comprises means composed of or made up of water and land. That is the hydrosphere and lithosphere. As we learn now, let's define what natural resources means. Air, water and land are the factors important for sustaining the living world on the earth and for fulfilling their basic needs. They are called natural resources. It means all the living things on land, water, air and what they contains are called natural resources as they are very useful for us. Let's move to the next. There are 5 layers of atmosphere. The layers of the atmosphere are named as troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and exosphere. Now, as we learn air, land and water are called natural resources, let's learn more about them in detail. The air. The air in the atmosphere around the earth contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, 6 inert gases, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, water vapor and dust particles. The figure alongside shows us that the different percentage of the gases present in the air. That is, nitrogen is the largest gas present in the air, which is 78%. Then comes oxygen, which is 21%. Argon is 0.9%. Carbon dioxide is 0.03%. And other gases means inert gases, water vapor, dust particles comprises of 0.07% of all the gases in the air. In short, we can say that air is a mixture of several gases. The amount of the gases in the air is the greatest near the surface and decreases as we go higher and higher from the surface. That is, air becomes rare at the higher altitudes. It becomes rare means it becomes very thin, and because of which we may have breathing problem as we go up or away from the surface of the earth. As we are aware that the air is composition of many other gases, each one of it is useful in some and the another way. So let's get more information about each in detail. Nitrogen gas. Nitrogen gas helps living things to build the necessary proteins. It is useful in the production of ammonia and in airtight packaging of foodstuff which is available in market, which is the part of fast food. We called it as wafers or anything else more like that. And also it is used to fill in the tires of vehicles. Oxygen. Oxygen is necessary for respiration, means for breathing, as all living things need oxygen. It also helps in combustion, means for burning. Carbon dioxide. Plants use carbon dioxide for producing their food. This gas is also used in fire extinguishers. We all know fire extinguishers, which is used to prevent from fire, and we see it oftenly kept at public places like hospitals, schools, etc. Argon gas is used in electric bulbs, the bulbs which we use at home or at public places. Helium is used for obtaining low temperature and also for generating lift in aeroplanes. Neon is used in decorative lights, which we use at time of festival and for street lighting. This gas is used in fluorescent tubes. Fluorescent means flashy, bright colors. Xenon gas is used in flash photography. Remember students that the air is comprised of different gases and each gas is present in fixed proportion. The living world on the earth is sustained, means can live due to the balance between various gases and other constituents of the air. The atmosphere is a very important filter. It allows the light and heat of the sun to reach the earth, which is necessary for life, but it prevents the harmful elements from reaching the earth. It is in atmosphere that fog, cloud, snow and rains are produced. As we see in the above pictures, the large scale emission means giving out or producing smoke through different agencies. Now, which are these different agencies? What it means? It means that chimneys of factories, smoke released from vehicles and forest fire. This released smoke directly mixes with the atmosphere and also disturbs the balance between the constituents of air. This is called air pollution. Now, as here it is mentioned that it disturbs the balance of the constituents of the air. Now, which are the constituents? Yes, the constituents that we learned before. The air is a mixture of different gases. This air pollution is increasing day by day because harmful gases are given out through burning of fuels in vehicles like petrol, diesel, etc. and big factories, and also through incomplete combustion, means incomplete burning of fuels like wood and coal. The harmful substances that are released in air through combustion of fuels are nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and soot. Now let's learn about ozone layer, which is present in our atmosphere. There is a layer of ozone gas in the lower part of stratosphere. Ozone gas is not directly useful for the survival of living things. It is not directly used by any one of us. Yet it is very useful for living things to have this layer of ozone at a high altitude around the earth. Why it is very important? Because the ultraviolet rays coming from the sun are very harmful for living things, and the layer of ozone absorbs these rays, and as a result life on the earth is protected. So we are safe from the ultraviolet rays that comes from the sun. How this exactly ozone layer works? Ozone layer works as a protective shell. It protects our earth, means it protects all living things present on the earth. The ozone layer is destroyed If chemical gases like carbon tetrachloride or the chlorofluorocarbons used in the air conditioners and refrigerator mixes with the air. To know the importance of the ozone layer, 16th September is celebrated as Ozone Protection Day all over the world to make everyone aware of the importance of the ozone. Now let's move to the next natural resource, that is water. My dear students, we all know that for the survival, water is essential for all living things. It is impossible for us to spend a single day without water. We need to drink 3 to 4 liters of water every day so that all our bodily functions run smoothly and we don't fall sick. Not only human beings, but other living things also need water. However, the amount of water they need may vary according to the size of their body and requirement. Means, as an example, elephant, tiger, as they are very big in size, and comparatively cat, squirrel, they are very small. So, the requirement for both type of animals will be different or will differ from each other, but they all need water. How is water formed? If hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with oxygen and water is formed. In nature, water occurs in 3 states, that is, solid, liquid, and gaseous. Water does not have any color, it's colorless. It does not have any taste, nor it have any odor. Means water does not have any smell. Many substances easily dissolve in water. Therefore, water is universal solvent. Means it can dissolve many of the substances. As we saw, we learned that no living things can survive without water. Therefore, it is said that water is life. We know that 71% of the Earth's surface is occupied by water. The total space which water covers is not in the same form. On the Earth, water is available in seas, in the lakes, in the form of stream, in rivers, also in the form of ice. Let's see the proportion of each one of them. Seas and oceans comprises 9.7% of water. Groundwater, ice and water in other form is available 2.7%, and water available for drinking purpose is only 0.3%. We cannot use all the water available on the earth for drinking purpose because seawater is salty. Some water is available in the form of ice, means in the frozen form. A very small quantity of water is available for drinking purpose, that is 0.3% from the total amount of available water. Yet it is enough for all living things. Let's move to the uses of water. We use water in large quantities. Water on the earth is regulated through the water cycle. We all know the process of water cycle, that how the water gets evaporated, then condensed, and then again it falls in the form of rain. The water vapor formed from ocean is the main source of water in the water cycle. It gets converted into the rain, creating fresh water source on the earth. What are the natural sources of water? We get water from natural resources like streams, rivers, ponds, spring and lake. We also dig wells and bore wells to get the underground water. Beside this, we have constructed dams of various sizes on the rivers. Now we will see scarcity of water. What is meant by scarcity? There is an excessive use of water for an increasing population, farming and industry, because of which now we are facing, or we can say we are suffering, scarcity of water. The amount of water available on the earth is decreasing as its requirement have increased. So it becomes our necessity that we should conserve water. So it becomes our necessity that we should conserve water. But how we can take care of water? For this, we should use water sparingly. Sparingly means just we should use the water as per our need. Block the water, let it percolate in the form of veils. We should store water wherever it is possible. It may be in the form of dams or other reservoirs. We should reuse water wherever possible, and always remember that stored water does not become stale. Let's move to our third important natural resource, that is land. We know, students, land is seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places, and somewhere it is flat. All the terrestrial animals, including man, live on land. How the terrestrial animals live on land? Some terrestrial animals dig burrows in the ground for shelters, like rabbit, snakes. They make their home deep into the soil. This means that they use land for fulfilling their need. Like them, we also use land for farming and for building houses and roads. Let's see uses of land. We make use of plants and animals in the forest that grow on the land. The minerals, crude oil, and natural gas also obtained from the earth, that is, land, which is very important for us. In short, we can say that land is a very important natural resource. What land is made up of? It has different layers. Let's get more information about it in detail. If the land has mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains of plants and animals. What is meant by decomposition? Decomposition means when the plants or animals die, microorganisms eat into it and then it turns or get mixed with the soil. This layer is called humus. It is usually found in dense forest. The land below this is full of sand, soil, small stones, worms, and insects. Soil and pieces of bedrocks are found below this layer of land. This soil is immature. That is why we found soil in different regions differently. The color and the texture of soil are both determined by the bedrock. Therefore, whenever we go to the different places, we see change in the type of soil or even change in its color. Somewhere it is red in color, or somewhere it is brown, and somewhere we find it as a black color soil. Let's see how the soil is formed. The soil on the land is formed by a natural process, the abiotic component. Abiotic means non-living components are supplied to the soil through the weathering of bedrock. Now, what is meant by weathering? Weathering means the season changes and this leads to the rock gets integrated and the soil is formed. We know that the land is very important natural resource, but it can get destroyed in short period due to flood, storms or other human activities like mining. Mining means digging land for obtaining minerals. That is why it is necessary to conserve soil and to prevent erosion of land. Erosion means the soil is blown away and only rock remains. The best remedy for this is we should plant more and more trees. Erosion of land is reduced if grass, trees, and bushes are grown in it, as their roots holds the soil tightly and do not let the soil get washed or blown away. Living things use land, water, and air available on the earth. So does man. However, the proportion of these resources that are actually put to use are very small as compared to the whole earth. But then, though, it is sufficient for all of those who live on the earth. But it's only possible when we all will use these resources economically, means as per the need or at the needed time, so that all the people, even the future generation, can get benefited and our earth can get sustained, means survived properly.